Hello and welcome back to Formerly Dilapidated. So actually I just filmed yesterday, so I didn't wait a week. So the stuff is still in the same place pretty much. So this is where we're going to work today. I've already cleaned off the counter where the dish rack was. My daughter put away the dishes and I wiped down the counter. We're doing some baking a little later, and this is my focus today. And if I can get through this in less than an hour, then I will work on this part of the stove while I need to scrub down the stove, which won't be too difficult. And then it gets worse as we go back there, but it's grimy. And then probably the next time I'll start to deal with the mound. Yes, all kinds of stuff can be tossed or put away in the proper place, but for right now, it'll be this. So, I'll set the camera up and we will get to it. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so basically what I've done now is clear off the counter of the clutter. As you can see, the counter needs to be scrubbed. I will go through a little bit of what was taken off. So these things right here, I really should deal with this stuff too, but okay, these are things I bring to work for lunch. So that's where I keep them. That's their home. Food processor's home. Box of glasses from our wedding 23 years ago, never opened because we opened up the first box and now we never had room for the second, and this type of glass shatters into itty bitty pieces. What am I going to do with that box? Up top are basically folders of menus and weight loss charts and exercise things and stuff. And then the shoe box is full of like vitamins. I've got magnesium up here and B12 and some dog medicine. There's medicine for the dogs in here. So that's just kind of a miscellaneous, vitamin supplement dog medicine box. So over here is our fruit bowl, which I keep a really good job at keeping everything fresh. This thing board that I think came from my grandparents, and it's supposed to be like cheese and apples. There's a large crack in it. I've never used it. I think my husband sealed the crack, but I think I'm going to donate that. That's going to be something I donate. This is a fish cookie jar that we got as a wedding present. I didn't ask for it, but it was one of those gifts that people gave us. It needs to be cleaned. I will clean that today. And inside I keep, little packs of seasoning and stuff like that. That goes on our counter. Okay, and I tossed hard candy. I tossed a whole bunch of wrappers. Let's see down here. Oh yeah, this is like, who knows how old these candy canes are. And I tossed a bag of other hard candy in here. It's probably been on the counter 2 years. It's, what is it? It is May, and so two Christmases ago. So here's the stove, what it looks like. What I'm going to try to put away. Over in the pantry, I put a bag of, I showed you, paper plates and plastic spoons and stuff like that. And then I also found a box of silverware that I had completely forgotten was on the counter. So my silverware drawers are totally crammed, so that'll be not today, but at some point I've got to figure out what I'm doing with silverware, and I'm determined to do something with that. That's that box over there that's tipped and I can't reach because it's behind an organ, which I don't play. My husband thought I played the organ, and I actually play the guitar, so he bought me an organ. And so there the organ sits as a paperweight for all kinds of, or I should say, not a paperweight, but a stand for collectibles. And 2 exercise balls. I was also a birth doula, so I used one of those balls in labor and delivery. But anyways, that box that's tipped that I can't quite reach is, if you can see it, it's a 3-part pasta boiling pan system that my parents got me probably 10 years ago, and it's so big I've never taken it out. And she got me this great Italian cookbook at the same time, which I've never used. It's like 500 pages. I am not getting rid of that box. I am going to go through my cupboards and get rid of the old stuff, and I'm going to use that system. I will. You guys are going to make me accountable for that. Okay, and I'm going to donate those glasses, I think, because even though I have a overreactive sentimental gland, where I think everything is sentimental, has sentimental value, those glasses shatter into itty bitty pieces, and they've gotten into my skin. I've had to go to the dermatologist to have them plucked out of my skin, so I really don't want to keep them in the home. But what we have over here is more. I just went to the farmer's market yesterday, so fresh cherries, avocados, tomatoes. These are store-bought and these are store-bought, but these are farmer's market. Farmer's market red potatoes. I just got those yesterday. Some towels and rags that I didn't know that were buried. A jar of pennies. This is what I got at a garage sale probably 2 years ago. I love milk glass. I have no room to store this. This is what I want. So I need to figure out a place to store it and get rid of things I don't use, which is really hard for me. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know where it's going to go. It might go back on the counter over there. I don't know. It's not going to stay there forever. And just some cold medicine and stuff like that, which is on the counter. Pepto-Bismol, a really weirdly melted candle, a lot of salt and pepper shakers, and a really dirty timer. So right now I'm going to scrub. And I did have these, my husband gave these to me, this knife set, which is actually this knife set, as a present years ago, and I love it, but two of the knives are missing. So this is not from the knife set. This is just something I stuck in there. And this one's just dirty, but these two are missing, and I don't know why. Okay, oh, and old salt and pepper shakers. That was also on the counter. So, and this weird thing, I'm not quite sure what this is. I don't know what that is. It says warning all over it. It must be some kid's toy. I don't really know what that is. I'll have to give it to one of the kids. My son's baseball cap was on there. Just odds and ends. So, for the next few minutes, I am going to scrub. Scrub, 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 scrub. And I'll try to move that stack there to scrub. Oh, and there was a vase over here. I don't know if you remember seeing me move that. I moved it up here. I have a whole cupboard of vases, some of which I want and some of which I don't. And so that is one that I want because it's a nice one. I like the little scalloped edge it has, and it's nice quality. So I'm going to save that. I have no room to put it in that cupboard right now. And, you know, one thing at a time, right? One thing at a time. So this is what I'm going to do today. I will put you in a good viewing spot so you can watch me scrub. Thank you. Hope you're enjoying this. Okay, so here's the end result. I am pooped. I even just this amount of cleaning, it's just tiring when it's deep cleaning, when it's a small space. So I'm going to leave the stove and the grime behind the stove for another day. This is what's left. So here we go. I put that little jelly bean canister up here, and these are just the day's dishes, so don't worry, it's not overload, don't worry about that. Okay, they'll be done shortly. So here's the end counter. I think it looks a lot better than it did in the beginning. The food processor is clean. It's vegetables and potatoes. These will be, I don't have like a bowl that I put out on the counter for potatoes because they're usually eaten in a couple days. So like if I get like a sack of potatoes from the store, I'll just leave them in the sack. I don't know, maybe I should have something pretty on the counter for potatoes. I have all these bowls. I could use one of those. Maybe I'll, but does the plastic bag protect from, I don't know. Somebody tell me if the bag is better than a bowl or if the bowl's better than a bag. I just wiped down the shakers, and these little guys are my son's. They've got really, these are the kind that they shrink and then you add water and they grow again. Little guys, so those will go in his room. And I'm just going to put the paintbrush away, this lone paintbrush out here. The medicine goes in the medicine cabinet. The candle goes on the organ where I keep the candles. Those will go in the hamper. This was my little tripod stand for some of it. That'll go with my kids. So I'm calling this done for the day. This is going to get donated. Right here, there's my tripod. So this is only my second video, so any constructive feedback is fine. I am limited in the grasp of technology, so I'm not going to be able to do a lot different, but hopefully it's clear. I'm going to try to add in time lapses with music, so hopefully by the time you see this, those are on and they're working fine. Hopefully you can hear me talking okay. So yeah, I'm happy. So I don't need to show you, I mean, it's just messy dishes over here. That's what we did yesterday. Here's today. I think that looks a ton better than how it started off. And this will be the stove, the top of the stove, probably the front of the stove too. And then all of this grime, I'll move these shakers. I'll wipe those shakers off too before I call it a day. These two shakers will be wiped off too and put back in place. And then I will tackle that, and then starting on this. And one of my children said that you might enjoy seeing the grime up close. So I will see if you guys want to see that and show me scrubbing away the grime. Scrub. Okay, thank you very much for supporting me by your encouragement and just letting me know that I may not be the only one out there that struggles like this, and neither are you. And together we can work on creating the home that we really want to have. Not only for our families and friends to come over and visit, but for ourselves as well. We really would like to do that. So this has been formally dilapidated, and I will see you next time. Thanks for stopping by. See you later.